Let me ask you this. What's sucking up most of your time right now in your construction business? Is it the constant back and forth with subs? Is it chasing down invoices, dealing with endless paperwork? I bet you're tired of being stuck in the same grind day after day. But what if you could run your construction business on autopilot? Imagine taking back your time, running a smooth operation, and actually enjoying the freedom that made you start your business in the first place. If you're stuck doing the same tasks over and over, why aren't you automating? It's time to stop being the bottleneck in your own business. So in this video, I am breaking down how to automate every financial process in your construction business so you can work smarter, scale faster, and finally get out of your own way. After all, it's end of 2024, and if you're not automating, you're falling behind. So let's get into it. Every time you have a task that is sucking up your time and energy, think about it. Can it be automated or outsourced? So number one, automating your estimating process. Let's start with estimating, because if you don't nail that down from the beginning, the entire project is off track. So the old way, you're running numbers on spreadsheets, guesstimating costs, manually calculating labor and materials. It's very time consuming. Here's the automated way. Use software like JobTread or Buildertrend. These tools take your job specs, break them down, and calculate everything at the fraction of the time it used to take. You can build detailed estimates, pull in real-time pricing for materials, and send polished proposals to clients with a click of a button. And the best part, these tools integrate directly with your accounting software. That means once the estimate is approved, you're ready to roll into the next stage without manual data entry. One contractor I know was using Excel for years until he switched to QuickBooks. Not only did he cut his estimating time in half when it came to progress invoicing out of the estimate, but his proposals looked more professional and he started winning more bids because his numbers were accurate and the process was very quick. Number two is automating your scheduling. How often do your projects fall behind schedules? If the answer is all the time, then automating your scheduling process is exactly what you need. With software like JobTread or Buildertrend, again, you can automate your project timelines, assign tasks, and even get updates in real time. These tools also sync with your crew's mobile devices, so they know exactly where they need to be and when, so no more "I didn't know about that" excuses. Everyone's on the same page and adjustments are easy. If something shifts, the system updates everyone involved. A client I worked with was constantly losing days because of communication gaps between his teams. Once he got himself set up on JobTread, the crew was updated in real time and his project delays were gone. Next one is automating your payments. Chasing down payments, that's old school. You should not be spending your time sending reminder emails or checking who paid or who didn't pay multiple times per day. This is where QuickBooks Online comes. You can set up automatic payment reminders so you're not constantly following up. And even better, they integrate with payment systems like Square or Stripe so clients can pay online instantly. Note and disclaimer here that you can set up separate payment automations per project. We all know that every single project is different and change orders can happen. My best piece of advice is to automate at least the payment reminders, and you can adjust the invoices manually beforehand, especially if the costs vary per invoice. Number four is automating your payroll. Payroll is one of those things that's easy to mess up, especially when you've got multiple crews, subs, and different rates for different jobs. So use software like ADP to handle payroll. This system calculates hours worked, they factor in overtime, and even take care of tax filings for you. Plus, it's all synced with your accounting software. Number five is automating document management. You need to stop wasting time digging through stacks of paperwork. With cloud-based document storage, you are able to automate and organize all your important documents. The contracts, the plans, change orders, receipts, everything in one place. Using systems like Google Drive and Dropbox, you can set up folders for each project, making it easy to find what you need and when you need it. And these tools also let you share files instantly with your team and clients, and there's no downtime waiting on emails. In my own business, I use a couple tools like Google Drive, Asana. That way me and my team stay organized and we don't need to chase each other up in case we just need some information, some videos or documents. Number six is automating communication with your team and clients. No more back and forth, texts, endless phone calls. Automating your communication is very important if you want to streamline operations. Now, with project management software, you can set up project-specific channels so communication is clear and organized. You can automate updates, send out reminders, and keep everyone in the loop without the whole chaos of scattered messages. And the pro tip, this is where JobTread shines because it lets you communicate with clients and your team from just one platform. Clients get automated updates and your team knows exactly what is happening on the job site. Number 7 is automating your job costing. Job costing is where a lot of contractors lose money because they're not tracking the actual cost of each job properly. You need to know where every dollar is going, all the materials, labor on every single job. Now, while you cannot automate your job costing per se, this is where detailed processes will come in, so you can create a process so streamlined and so repeatable that it's nearly as efficient as automation. Here's how to build that process. First thing you would do is standardize the data that you are collecting. Set up a clear list of categories for costs. Every job should track expenses under the same categories: material, labor, equipment, subcontractors, permits. This way, no matter who is handling job costing, they are following the same roadmap. For example, if one job tracks labor under general labor and another splits it into electricians and plumbers, you end up with inconsistent data. So standardize these categories up front so you're comparing the actual apples to apples across all the projects. The second step would be to build a consistent entry routine. You have to establish a routine for logging costs in real time, or at least daily. Don't let expenses pile up until the end of the project. Create a rule. Every expense must be entered within 24 hours of purchase or service. This will keep your job costing accurate and very much current, helping you make real-time adjustments if costs start creeping up. Waiting until the project closes will skew your numbers and make it very much impossible to control the costs. The third step would be to use detailed work orders for labor costs. You have to create those for every phase of labor. Break down labor tasks by day or week, assign estimated hours, and track actuals against these estimates. Every team member should log their hours as soon as they clock out. Make it part of their routine, just like punching in the clock. So say if you estimated 40 hours for framing and it took 60, you now have a tangible insight to improve your future bids or analyze. Work orders give you visibility into where time and therefore money is slipping away. The fourth step would be weekly job cost reviews with your team. Set a non-negotiable time every week to review job costs with your team. This isn't a full project rundown. It's a focused check-in on whether costs are on track. So review your material expenses, labor, and any unexpected costs. If something's off, address it right there, not later. If your material costs are already 80% of the budget halfway through the project, then it's time to evaluate. Maybe materials were over-ordered or you missed something in the initial estimate. So those weekly reviews catch these issues early so you're not blindsided at the end. The fifth step would be organize receipt and documentation in real time. Lost receipts are lost money. Set up a digital filing system and make a simple rule. Every receipt gets scanned and filed immediately. This could be shared, like I said before, Google Drive, Dropbox, any other expense app. The point is to capture every receipt as it comes in. The sixth step would be to create a job cost summary per project at the closing. Once the project wraps, compile all job costs into the final report that breaks down actuals versus estimate. This report serves as a blueprint for improving your future projects. You have to analyze where you overspent or saved and use that data to adjust your future estimates. And that, my friends, is as close as you can get to automating job costing without really losing control over your cash. Basically, for job costing, the best thing you can do to save yourself time is to develop processes or find somebody to outsource that, somebody who understands what they're doing and they are going to take over that whole function to where you're not wasting time on that, but you are staying informed on what your accurate numbers look like. Here's the bottom line. Automating your construction business isn't just a nice to have thing. It's a necessity if you want to scale, save time, and maximize your profits. Start with at least one process at a time, whether it's automating your invoicing or your scheduling or getting a project management software. The point is to work smarter. If you don't know where to start, look at the most basic repetitive tasks that you and your team are doing on repeat. Automate that and you will be golden. Once you start automating, you will never want to go back to the old way of doing things. If you're ready to take your business to the next level, start automating now. It's not as complicated as you think, and the results will speak for themselves. If you found this video helpful, subscribe so you don't miss out on any new videos. Thanks for sticking around and see you in the next one.